Alright, so now we have been to the silk farm and that was very interesting. But first, let me show you how we got here, because that's really cool.
Once again, we're on our way with our friends, heading out to another one of Babel Guesthouse's wonderful tours. The ride itself is always such a great place to start any tour. Wind in our hair, good vibes, and the smiles of Cambodians all along the way. It's such a nice feeling to leave the town behind as the roads get smaller and the countryside opens up around us, guiding us towards what's ahead. And of course, chauffeured by the tuk-tuk boys.
Oh, thank you, Joy.
Thank you.
Good ride.
Yeah.
Thank you.
We all know that silk comes from silkworms, but I don't think any of us knew the extent of all the work that lies behind it all, from growing the plant to wearing a scarf. But we were about to learn about all of it, in one place.
On the countryside, and now we are gonna have a look at this beautiful silk farm and how to make silk over here in Cambodia. Look at this place.
And at just a 20 minutes tuk-tuk ride from Siem Reap, it's easily accessible and the perfect place to spend the afternoon after a hot day at the temples.
Hello, are you our guide?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. So welcome here.
Thank you.
And as always, we do appreciate the knowledge of a good guide to give us all the details.
Here you can see the mulberry cultivation. Fresh leaf tips picks and feed the baby worms.
The fresh leaves for the baby worms.
Baby worms.
Aha.
A bigger leaf for bigger worms.
The worms has to be fed 4 times a day, and one worm will eat one of these leaves each time. And the smallest ones like their fresh leaves minced, as these girls are preparing for them. Our guide runs us through the full 47-day cycle from moth to cocoon, before we get to take a look at the worms in action.
Look at this. It's
Elena, eat it.
If you get really close, you can actually hear these little guys chewing the leaves.
So it becomes, when it becomes yellow, it's next stage.
Yeah, next day.
On the back and then...
Yeah, in the back. From early morning.
This
It
morning.
become this morning, so it become this.
And they start to make the
Yeah,
cocoons.
start cocoon. Yeah, no more thing. 12 days.
12 days
12
to make
days,
the cocoon.
yeah, to become maturity cocoons.
In the old days, China enjoyed a monopoly of silk production for over 1,000 years, and exporting worms or eggs were punishable by death. As a result, the rest of the civilized world could enjoy the product, but had no idea about how it was made.
Because they're the silk. The silk from white and yellow cocoons too. They have 2 different layers. And the first layers in the pot, just hot water in 80 degrees. And also 80 cocoons. You spend 20 minutes unwinding 100 meters first layer silk, a rough one. And when you got 100 meters, the next step for second layers.
The second layer is more smooth.
Yeah. And second layers, the finer silk. Right trail.
Oh yeah, it looks very, very fine.
Everything very thin. Rough one. First layers, rough. The before cleaning. The second layers.
Oh, very soft. Did you know that silk was made this way?
We did go to another silk place, but that was plants.
Yeah.
Not this.
Yeah, exactly. That was the lotus silk.
Yeah.
I don't know if you can see this on camera, but there are so many thin threads there from all of these spools. Oh, look at that. Can you see this? Oh, yeah, look at that. Nice.
After the silk threads are refined, they're colored, traditionally using natural dyes from plants, And even today, much of this process is still done by hand. Before the silk can be woven, each thread has to be carefully prepared. It's slow, detailed work where small adjustments make a big difference. By the time the silk reaches this stage, it already carries weeks of work behind it. And here, in the weaving room, everything comes together. Every movement, every pattern, created by hand. Watching this gives a whole new understanding of what handmade really means.
Yeah, there is the two pattern frames.
Right.
You try connect to the pedals, you step on the pedals. So
Coming from the West, where most things are done by machines, it's incredibly refreshing to see how much here is still done by hand. The patience is what really stands out. These women work quietly, barefoot, using simple wooden tools on wooden looms. Yet, the level of skill and precision is extraordinary. The sound of the workshop has an almost meditative quality to it. Steady, calm, and focused.
How do you think it was?
How do they do that?
Yeah, how do they do that?
That must be so hard.
jasmine flower.
Oh, it's jasmine flowers.
Jasmine flowers.
It's very pretty.
Very pretty, very pretty.
How long does that take?
How long does it take?
It's like 70 centimeters a day.
70 centimeters a day. 70 centimeters per day. And one day is how long? 8 hours?
8 hours.
8 hours. Wow.
I could never.
That's a lot of training to be able to do this.
Yeah.
Because they see the talent.
Yeah.
That's called talent.
Yes. Very organized
Yeah.
mind, yeah.
Talent and very patient.
Very patient. Beautiful. Wow.
Wow.
What was the most surprising thing you saw here?
In there, the way that they like did everything. That was like, what? Like the whole process.
The whole process.
So fascinating.
From leaves to beautiful silkwear. What do you think about that? Isn't it amazing that they can make all this stuff just from silkworms?
Yeah.
What did you find most fascinating?
I don't know, the whole process, I guess. The whole, like you said, the whole process from worms into silk scarves, and yeah.
After seeing how everything is made, we moved on to the Silk Museum, where we learned even more about the history and traditions of silk in Cambodia.
This is how you colored before,
Yeah,
old
colored
times.
before,
You
old
put
time.
this and mix it together, and then you get the beautiful colors. And that is banana leaf, that
This
nice
coconut
color.
husk?
Yeah.
Oh. It's fascinating to see that you can go from this to this.
Having just walked through the workshop, this felt like the perfect continuation. Suddenly, the patterns, the colors, and the finished product meant so much more. Seeing the beauty of the final pieces while knowing the patience, skill, and time behind each thread really brought the whole experience together. Our guide was excellent and taught us so much about silk and Cambodian traditions. It reminded us how much deeper an experience becomes when you learn from someone who truly knows the craft.
Yeah, the trunks of elephants holding lotus flowers like this, they means prosperity.
All right.
Prosperity. So you should buy this one.
Aha, yeah.
We free shipping.
Oh, really?
Yeah. The price including shipping.
Okay, how much is one of these?
$1,200.
$1,200. Ooh, for a prosperous elephant. Very nice.
And after saying goodbye to our guide, it was time to wander into the gift shop with a completely new appreciation of everything we saw there.
Yes, yes.
Bye-bye.
Thank you so much. Yeah.
Thank you, thank you.
Oh, I'll mix.
Nice. Yeah, we don't live without it. This is how we travel, by the way. We use American Express. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Credit cards aren't that bad if you only pay on time.
The shop was filled with all kinds of handmade local products. Supporting places like this, where real skill, tradition and craftsmanship are preserved, feels genuinely meaningful.
Lip balm.
And solid perfume.
And these products are so much fun to bring back home.
What are you buying?
Scrunchies. Oh,
From silk?
yes.
Beautiful. Beautiful. I was going nuts with that.
Oh, it smells so good.
Solid perfume.
And what is this? Sample jam.
Hi, nice lady.
Well,
I'll take it.
like a good girl. Did you enjoy the tour?
Yeah.
It was very interesting. What did you find more interesting, Ask?
The weaving process,
The machines,
the everything.
the mechanics of it.
Yeah.
Quite interesting.
Kidnap some kids.
There we go.
Yeah. Okay, one of the cool things about Cambodia, we told you before, is that we're sitting in open tuk-tuks, and that means that we can see everyone. Hello! Hello! Hi! And look at these people! Hello! See what I mean? Everybody's like, woohoo! Hey!
Experiences like this are exactly why we love traveling this way. Learning from real people in real places. If you're visiting Siem Reap and want to do tours like this, it can be booked through Babel Guesthouse. Thank you so much for watching, and if you'd like to continue learning and exploring the world together with us, you're always welcome to follow along.